In the heart of a small Indian village, where sprawling fields stretch out against the horizon and the sun rises with the promise of another day, there lived a humble father named Rajiv. Rajiv was known to everyone for his unwavering spirit, his gentle smile, and for the battered old tuk-tuk that he drove through the winding lanes from dawn till deep into the night. The tuk-tuk, its paint faded and its engine rumbling with every turn, was not just a vehicle. It was a symbol of Rajiv's relentless pursuit for a better life, not for himself, but for his beloved son, Arav. Each morning, before the village stirred to life, Rajiv would rise in silence, his prayers whispered in the cool darkness, seeking guidance and strength from the divine. In his modest home, he would glance at the framed photograph of Arav, a constant reminder of his purpose. For Rajiv, spirituality was a beacon, illuminating his journey through hardship and uncertainty. He believed deeply that the universe rewards sincerity, hard work, and faith, and this belief fueled every mile he drove. The tuk-tuk, although old, carried stories of perseverance. Its seats were worn from countless passengers, farmers heading to the market, children on their way to school, elders returning from the temple. Rajiv greeted each person with respect, often sharing a kind word or a small gesture of generosity, sometimes refusing payment from those who could not afford it. The villagers admired Rajiv's compassion. They saw in him a living example of Dharma, the righteous path, and the true wealth of a selfless heart. Rajiv's greatest aspiration was not for material riches, but for Arav's future. He dreamed that his son would rise beyond the limitations of their circumstances, that he would pursue higher education and unlock the doors to prosperity. The road to this dream, however, was not easy. University fees were steep, and the cost of textbooks, accommodation, and daily living weighed heavily on Rajiv's shoulders. Yet never once did he falter. With every rupee he earned, he set aside a portion for Arav's education fund, sacrificing comforts and often going without so that Arav would never have to. Arav, for his part, was acutely aware of his father's sacrifices. He saw the lines of fatigue etched onto Rajiv's face, the calluses on his hands, the way he returned home late at night, his clothes dusted with the day's journey. Arav carried a deep sense of gratitude, and with it, a determination to honor his father's legacy. He studied diligently, excelling in every exam, mindful that each mark was a step closer to fulfilling the dream that Rajiv cherished. There were times when the path seemed insurmountable. During the monsoon, when the roads flooded and passengers dwindled, earnings would drop. The tuk-tuk, battered by rain and mud, would sputter and stall, needing repairs Rajiv could barely afford. Some nights, he would kneel in prayer, seeking solace in the teachings of the Bhagavad Gita, finding peace in the understanding that every challenge is an opportunity to grow, every hardship a lesson in resilience. Despite these trials, Rajiv's faith never wavered. He believed that true prosperity was not measured in coins, but in the richness of love, the strength of spirit, and the peace that comes from doing one's duty. His conviction radiated, inspiring those around him to strive harder, to support one another, and to value the blessings they possessed. Years passed, and Arav's dedication bore fruit. He was accepted into a prestigious university in the city, a moment that filled Rajiv's soul with boundless joy. The day Arav left for the city, the entire village gathered to bid him farewell, their blessings and prayers accompanying him. Rajiv watched as Arav boarded the bus, his heart swelling with pride, knowing that every mile he had driven, every sacrifice he had made had led to this moment. In the city, Arav faced new challenges. The academic environment was competitive, and the demands of university life were relentless. Yet the lessons of perseverance and humility instilled by his father guided him. Arav excelled in his studies, earning scholarships and the respect of his professors. He never forgot the village he came from, nor the struggles his father endured. Every achievement was a tribute to Rajiv's unwavering spirit. After years of hard work, Arav graduated with honors. He found employment, and gradually, prosperity smiled upon him. Yet, amidst the opportunities and comforts of city life, he felt a calling. a spiritual urge to give back, to uplift those who had supported him, and to honor the profound legacy of his father. Arav's vision was clear. He wanted to build a school in his village, a place where children could learn, dream, and rise above their circumstances just as he had. Returning to the village, Arav was welcomed with open arms. Rajiv, now older, watched his son with tears of pride, his sacrifices vindicated by the light in Arav's eyes. Together, father and son met with the villagers, sharing the dream of a new school. The idea resonated deeply. Everyone understood the transformative power of education and the hope it could bring for generations to come. Arav invested his savings and sought help from charitable organizations, leveraging his connections and reputation. Rajiv contributed as well, offering his tuk-tuk to transport construction materials and volunteers, just as he had once carried passengers through the village. The entire community rallied behind the project, their collective energy imbued with the spirit of seva, selfless service. The construction of the school was not without obstacles. There were delays, budget constraints, and moments of doubt. Yet, the spiritual foundation laid by Rajiv and Arav sustained everyone involved. Daily prayers were offered at the site, invoking blessings for success and harmony. The villagers discovered a renewed sense of unity, working side by side, sharing meals, stories, and dreams. The school began to take shape, brick by brick, embodying the hope and resilience of an entire community. When the school was finally completed, it stood as a testament to the power of faith, hard work, and generosity. The inauguration ceremony was a celebration unlike any other. Rajiv, dressed in his best kurta, walked alongside Arav as the first students entered the new classrooms, their laughter echoing through the halls. The village elders spoke of the journey, of the father with the old tuk-tuk, whose sacrifices had planted the seeds of prosperity for all. The school became a beacon in the village, nurturing young minds and instilling values of compassion, wisdom, and perseverance. Children from neighboring villages came to study, their families filled with gratitude for the opportunity. Arav often visited, teaching classes on weekends and mentoring students, sharing his experiences and the lessons his father had taught him. Rajiv, now relieved of the burdens that once weighed upon him, found peace in witnessing the fruits of his labor. He continued to drive his tuk-tuk, not out of necessity, but as a gesture of humility and service. Passengers now regarded him with deep respect, knowing that the man behind the wheel had changed the fate of an entire village through his unwavering love and dedication. The story of Rajiv and Arav spread far and wide, inspiring countless others to believe in the transformative power of selflessness, spirituality, and education. It served as a reminder that true wealth lies not in material possessions, but in the hearts we touch, the lives we uplift, and the peace we cultivate within ourselves and our communities. Their journey was marked by difficulties, long nights, uncertain days, and moments when hope seemed distant. Yet at every turn, they overcame adversity with faith, courage, and the support of those around them. Rajiv's spirituality provided solace and guidance, while Arav's gratitude fueled his ambition to give back. Together, they created a legacy of prosperity, not merely for themselves, but for all who would walk the path of learning and growth. As the years passed, the school flourished, producing generations of scholars, leaders, and visionaries. The village, once limited by circumstance, blossomed into a hub of knowledge and opportunity. Rajiv's story became a cherished part of local folklore, a symbol of what can be achieved when love, faith, and hard work unite. In the quiet evenings, as the sun dipped behind the fields and the air filled with the scent of jasmine, Rajiv would sit outside his home, watching children return from school, their faces alight with dreams. He would close his eyes in gratitude, his soul at peace, knowing that his journey had brought not just prosperity to his family, but hope and wealth to his entire village. So, what can we learn from the father with the old tuk-tuk? That spirituality is the foundation upon which true wealth is built, that peace comes from doing one's duty with love, and that overcoming difficulties is possible when we hold fast to our values and support one another. Rajiv's story is a call to action, an invitation to reflect on our own journeys, and to seek ways to uplift those around us. If this story touched your heart, If you believe in the power of perseverance, spirituality, and the transformative impact of education, then join our community. Subscribe to our channel for more uplifting stories like this one, and let's share the message far and wide. Spread hope and inspiration by sharing this video with your friends and loved ones. Together, let's build a world filled with prosperity, peace, and boundless possibilities. Remember, every act of kindness, every moment of faith, and every step taken in service of others creates ripples that transform lives. Be part of this journey. Subscribe, share, and inspire. The path to true wealth and happiness begins with us. Thank you for listening, and may you find peace, prosperity, and fulfillment in all that you do.